Hi guys, welcome back. I have another reaction video for you today, and I also have my old hairstyle back. What do you guys think? Anyway, but today I am looking at another Harper's Bazaar Go to Bed With Me episode, and this time it is Draya Michele, who I have no idea who she is. I did a quick Google search. Looks like she's been on Basketball Wives. She's beautiful. She's an entrepreneur. She's got some fashion lines, like bikini lines or something, so I am excited to see what she has to tell us today, and you know, I'm just excited to watch this. I really am. I needed new content in my life. Let's get started.
Okay, party people, it's time to go to bed. I'm gonna walk you guys through step by step of my nighttime routine. I have
to say, first off, I just love that Harper's Bazaar has pivoted and they're just like, we're gonna get people to still do their nighttime routines. They don't need high production quality. Just like everybody else is trying to figure it out, they have figured it out, and they're getting people to just set up a camera in their bathrooms, and I like it. I kind of like this kind of, you know, just more low-key, real nighttime routine. I don't know, what do you guys think? I like it.
Dry/sensitive skin, and my removing my makeup process tends to be a little bit rough on my skin, and it's usually kind of red afterwards, so I just remove my makeup and go to bed. First thing I like.
All right, so dry, sensitive, but she's really rough with her skin, and she's already acknowledging that it gets really pink. I guess for me, I don't understand why somebody wants something like that to happen to their skin, but we know if you have dry skin and you say it's sensitive, but then you also say you're really, really rough with your skin, you already know something's a little wrong there. So I'm curious to see what it is that she is doing to her skin, why she wants to be so rough with her skin when she's already acknowledging that it's dry and sensitive. This is gonna be interesting.
To do is tie my hair up. Now if I'm going to bed, I like to use a nice silk scrunchie. These are by Slip. So I just tie my hair up in a simple bun, scrunchie it down. These are supposed to be really good for your hair and stop breakage. Please don't judge me on my face wrap. It is clean right now and it still looks dirty because that's how much I use it. This is a nice terry cloth head wrap from Star Skin. So I like to put it on where it fits, but then I like to kind of push it back so I can have like even more face space.
You know, I appreciate that. Okay, so first off, yes, the Slip scrunchies. You guys know I'm a big fan of silk. I really am. I love silk. The Slip products they're definitely a little more pricey. I will say they are super nice, and the few products I do own by Slip, we were actually talking about it here in the office, and we're like, geez, they just make these really thick, like luxurious feeling silky products. But no matter what, I do like silk, even when you know, you find like a different brand, because silk is just so much more gentle on your hair. It's gentle on your skin. It doesn't tug. It doesn't break your hair. And I think that's very important. That's, you know, our skin is one thing. Our hair is a whole other piece to think about. So I like that she's thinking about her hair. I like that she's wearing her headband. She actually took like a second to explain to us this whole part of her routine, and I fully appreciate it.
Thing I like to do is get all of this dry skin off of my face. I have a lot of texture issues, and that can cause my makeup to look kind of cakey, so I like to take off a layer of skin each week, and my favorite product to use for that at the moment is Glam Glow Flash Mud. It's very strong and an aggressive exfoliant. You do this on dry skin, so that's good. You don't need any water to apply it. You don't have to wash your face to apply it. I rub it on dry skin in a circular motion, and I tend to keep it away from my under eyes because that area is very sensitive. And I like to focus on areas where I'm more dry. And the trick is you know, manipulating it into your face as much as you can, because the product works on its own, but the more you manipulate it, the better results you'll get. Okay, I'm gonna get my forehead. Being very careful around my eyebrows. I like to be very, very gentle around my eyebrows because over exfoliating them, you can lose hairs, and I like every single hair in my eyebrows. So, you know, I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna risk one hair falling out because I need and love them all the same. Okay, now that you're all cute and sexy, you have 20 minutes. So you can go snack, You can brush your teeth. This is where I usually like to brush my teeth. You can do Instagram videos and let everyone know that you are masking currently. But yeah, this is a 20-minute process, so take your time.
So I'll tell you something right here, and I wonder if she knows this. Something tells me that she does know this, and she doesn't care because she just wants to get that texture off her skin. The thing to keep in mind here, I actually hear a lot of people tell me that they have texture on their skin, it gets really dry and patchy, and then it makes their makeup look bad. Your skin is the most important part of your makeup. It really is. If your skin doesn't look nice, then your makeup won't look nice, and you have to do what's best for your skin to make your makeup look nice, right? You don't want to have to rely on your makeup to cover everything up if you can. And so she's looking at it in the wrong way. She's looking at it like she has to get rid of that dry layer of skin on her face. That way her makeup can sit better, but it should be the other way around. Instead of being so aggressive with her skin, what she should do is actually be a little bit more gentle to her skin, replenish her skin, and take better care of her skin. It might not actually end up having as much texture. It might not be so dry, because it sounds like her skin just wants to replenish itself. It wants replenishment. It's like screaming out to her, like, please take good care of me, please take good care of me. And she cares so much about her hair. She's using silk so she doesn't, get breakage. She's making sure not to get that mask into her eyebrows. That way she doesn't pull any of her hairs out. So she should be looking at her skin the same way. And sometimes I find that we are like that with our skin, is we tend to think we can abuse it and that's going to give us better skin, but that's not the truth. It's the opposite way around. She's very aware that the skin around her eyes is thinner and a little bit more delicate, so she should be treating the rest of her face with that same kind of care and love. That said, this mask is not necessarily a bad mask. It's an exfoliating mask. I'm not always a huge fan of Glam Glow products just because sometimes they can be a little bit too strong for me personally. The one thing I will say though is you can apply this to dry skin like she said, but I wouldn't apply this as the first step in my nighttime routine. I don't know if she has any makeup on at all in this video. What you guys know I would do right now is go into a double cleanse. So I would start with an oil cleanser or a balm, and then I would go into another cleanser, into a gel cleanser, so that I can actually get everything else off of my skin. She's starting off with her exfoliant, and truly, you can do that. It's not gonna harm her skin to go as her first step, unless she actually has makeup on, which would be terrible. I'm assuming she's actually starting with just no makeup on. The thing is, your mask still works better once you've gotten everything off of your face. So I'm going to assume she actually cleansed her face, but I don't really know yet since this is her first step. But just so you guys know, if she actually hasn't washed her face yet, I would say that you should definitely go into wearing a mask like this after you've actually washed your face. These clay masks always seem to say, the instructions always seem to say to apply to dry skin, but truly they work the same way. If you apply to damp skin, it doesn't have to be wet, just damp skin, it actually absorbs better and works harder for you.
Okay, all right, I like to remove this with a washcloth. A nice damp washcloth. I think removing it with a washcloth just gives it that extra scrub also. It is like your final opportunity to scrub. Now we're gonna wash our face. That's the next step. And I personally...
Is it bad to remove your mask with a washcloth? Actually not. I too like to remove my clay mask with some type of I tend to use a microfiber just because I find it's softer and it works better. It's so much easier to use. You can be a little bit more gentle with your skin. The thing that bothers me about this is that she's acknowledging that she wants to scrub her skin. She's actually trying to be a little bit more aggressive with her skin, and these are words that you don't want to think about. There's something that happens mentally too. Like when you are thinking, I want to scrub and be aggressive, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to end up doing to your skin. You have to actually take a step back, sometimes myself included. I'm a very anxious person. I like to get things done really quickly. I'm not very patient. And I have to actually tell myself to be gentle with my skin. Otherwise, I could be aggressive too. And we all know that in the future, that can really harm your skin. It's maybe not making her look old, but she could be doing some damage to her skin. There's a little bit of discoloration on her face. I don't want to get too much into this because this is something that you should probably see a dermatologist for if you're experiencing it. But this looks like this is hypopigmentation. She's getting some light colored areas on her face. And that's something to be aware of. You can be causing that with treatments that you're getting done, maybe with somebody who's not the right person to deal with your skin, especially area. If you have pigment to your skin, you want to be very, very careful with it. This could also just be something with lighting, you know, the way the light is hitting her face, so it just makes it look a little bit lighter there. But now I'm starting to wonder, what is it that she's doing to her skin that might be just too aggressive with it? And she's got this beautiful face, but she also said she's gonna go into washing her face. So I'm curious to see what that entails. Is she like actually washing her face? Did she have makeup on? I have so many questions.
Love after we exfoliate, we need to cleanse just to get all the grit off, and our face is a little exposed now because we did remove a layer of skin. So I really love this Sunday Riley. It is
okay. Before she even gets into this cleanser, she keeps saying remove a layer of skin. I don't want you guys to think about it that way. Over time, we're accumulating dry, dead skin, right? Dead skin cells are accumulating on our skin, but it's not this huge layer that's on our face. You know what I mean? I don't want you to think like, oh, I'm actually stripping off an entire layer of my face. You do not want to do that. You want to encourage that skin cell turnover and then exfoliate it off, right? That's healthy skin. But you don't want to overdo it and literally remove a layer of your skin. So don't think that way. This is the way we used to think in the past, you know, where it was like the more aggressive we got with our skin, the better our skin might look, because then we'd be revealing that fresh baby skin. That fresh baby skin can be very delicate skin too, so you have to be very gentle. Again, I just keep thinking the way she's talking and the way she's acting with her skin, just from this early into her routine, I can tell she's probably causing that dry sensitivity because of what she's doing to her skin.
It's ceramic slip cleanser. It doesn't foam up, it doesn't strip your skin. It's very, very, very gentle, and it's perfect for now because, like I said, our skin is like a baby now and it's exposed. So you want to just put that on all over the face. Rub it in. And like I said, even if you put water and kind of tried to foam it up, it's not one of those cleansers that foams up. So don't worry about it. All right, this washcloth's a little more damp. I'm gonna take it off the same way. Just making sure I go outward and upward as I'm removing the cleanser. Being careful around my eyebrows and my eyes. Now that we're clean.
This cleanser's fine. This is interesting. It almost seems like, without knowing what her next step after this is gonna be, it seems like she's doing a double cleanse, but she likes to use clay a lot. First off, this cleanser is totally fine. It's not my first choice as a cleanser because it has more clays in it, and I like to keep my clays to my exfoliating masks. But you know, it's an interesting cleanser. It's fairly gentle, to be honest, but she does see her skin as skin that she needs to be aggressive with, as I keep saying. Again, because it has the clay and everything in it, I would probably remove this with the washcloth too, with a microfiber. But she still wants to be a little bit rough, and you're starting to see that redness start to appear in her skin. So this is an example of, you know, a gentle cleanser can actually turn into sort of a rough cleanser if you allow it to be a rough cleanser, if you go into it aggressively. So this is what I'm saying. You want to get that out of your mind, is to just get rid of being aggressive. The word aggressive and your skin should just not go together.
We're gonna tone. I think toning is completely underrated. People forget about it and people are just like, toner, whatever, I don't need it. So for toner, I like to use, please forgive me if I miss.
She says like, please forgive me, and it gets me scared because I'm like, what is she gonna do now? Because I think she knows a lot. And actually, this is a person, I forgot to mention this earlier. Something tells me that she probably talks to professionals, to experts about her skin. She probably sees an esthetician, because you get glimpses of her almost like repeating what's been told to her, to be delicate around her eyes, to be delicate around her brows, that kind of thing. And I bet you she's been actually scolded about this, about being too aggressive with her skin, which is why she's highlighting the fact that she's aggressive with her skin, because she's just acknowledging that this is just how she likes to do things. So I'm scared when she says, please forgive me.
Pronounce this name. Basquiat. I hope that's right.
Wait, is it Basquiat or is it Boscia? I think it's Boscia. Now I'm gonna question myself. You guys tell us in the comments below. Is it Boscia or is it Boscia? Basquiat. That's kind of cute though. Basquiat sounds cute.
Is rosewater.
Oh, and by the way, I was scared for nothing.
Mist, and it also has a little bit of witch hazel in it. Not too much witch hazel where it's going to dry out our skin, because that is not what we're trying to do. So what I like to do is just give myself a nice mist, and this mist When I tell you it's literally super fine, totally okay. You gotta dry it.
This hydrating toner is actually totally fine. The main ingredients are water and glycerin, and there's actually oils in here. I mean, some people might argue that some of the oils in here, the essential oils and stuff, are irritating, which they can be. They can be if you're the type of person that gets irritated by these. This is totally a fine toner to use. It's a little bit more old school in the sense of, you know, that it has that witch hazel, but it's totally fine to use, and it's actually hydrating, so it's completely fine. And in fact, I like a hydrating toner, and this is one of the first things that I've seen in her routine that I'm kind of like, that's actually great for her skin. The one thing I will say though is she's not getting that full benefit from using this toner by making sure it dries. You don't want to make your hydrating toners, your humectants in general, you don't want to let them dry. Instead, you want to try to get your next product on as soon as possible so you keep that hydration locked in. And that's kind of the whole purpose. You know, you want your hydration and then you want to lock it in as soon as possible with your next product, which is usually either just another serum or something like that, and then you put on something that's occlusive, like a moisturizer. So that's something interesting to keep in mind. So I like that she's using the hydrating toner actually, but I wish that she wouldn't let it dry. I wish she would actually have put her next product on. And I will also give it to her, she used it in the correct order, you guys. You do not use a hydrating toner like this at the end of your skincare routine. She's actually using it where she's supposed to use it.
Okay, now that we're dry, we are going to apply our eye cream first. For my eye cream, I'm gonna be using First Aid Beauty Fab Skin. You wanna apply it to your ring finger. This is what I've been told from beauty experts, friends, my esthetician. Rub it in, and you wanna tap, 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 tap all the way around, even the brow bone. Tap, tap, tap. You just wanna try to avoid going like that. So I'm tapping because I'm preserving. Every time you tap, you take off 30 seconds of aging, okay? I like to put a little bit of sleeping oil on my face.
I know you guys know how I feel about eye creams, but I will say, if you're going to use an eye cream at night, I would use something like this. This is an actual treatment. So a lot of the time when I'm telling you guys that you don't need an eye cream, it's usually because you don't need a moisturizer, right? You don't need an extra moisturizer unless your skin is just so unbelievably dry. In this case, this is actually more of a treatment for her skin. So this is a retinol eye cream, and she is targeting, you know, the area where it probably could use some retinol. I'm hoping that she's gonna use more retinol in her skincare routine actually, but right now what we're seeing is that she's using her eye cream as an actual treatment. And if there were an eye cream that I would tell you guys to use, I would say to use one that is a treatment, one that's gonna get some active ingredients into that area of your skin to just give you that extra treatment, if anything. And you guys know I love retinol. And by the way, she's kind of confirming that she speaks to people in the beauty industry, her experts that she goes to about how she should be doing things. So she's acknowledging it, and I know she knows that she's not supposed to be aggressive with that skin of hers.
Face, which is going to be this Sunday Riley. I show favoritism a little bit to Sunday Riley, I'm not gonna lie. This is their Luna Sleeping Oil. So this little oil does everything that I need it to do for the evening. What's fun about this is it's blue. It shows up blue. So we're gonna fill up our little dropper. Ooh, I'm getting it everywhere. Apply it on our fingers. And like I said, it's blue, so you're gonna see it. And you just wanna I like to tap this and press this into my skin. Do not forget the neck with this oil. Now that we're pressed, I like to add a little swipe to my eyebrows. Get them a little oily. All right, so now that our facial oil is in.
Okay, so she is using a retinol. That's what that oil is. The reason to use a retinol oil is because it's a little bit more gentle for your skin. It won't penetrate your skin too deeply. Oil sits on top of your skin. It just softens that top layer of your skin. I even more so now wish that she would have applied all of her products while her skin was still damp from that toner, because she's not getting any hydration from this. And she talks about how her skin is dry, and we know that she's partially making her skin dry by being so aggressive with it, but she could also, add back in that hydration a little bit more too by not just using that hydrating toner, but packing on her moisturizer, at least even putting on maybe a hydrating serum after her toner, but mostly not letting that toner dry, because then it's defeating the purpose, really. I wish she would have put this on while her skin was a little bit damp, because then she would still be hydrated underneath it and then it would lock it in. This is not a bad product. If you want to get into retinols but you feel like they're a little bit too harsh for your skin, you could try an oil like this one. If she's complaining about texture though, if anything, I would go in with a stronger retinol. Maybe a retinol that's in a cream base would be something that's better for her instead of an oil, because a lot of the time when you use oil, it tends to trap everything under your skin, including your dead skin cells. So if she's got this texture problem and she wants to get rid of it, then she's almost making herself have to work harder with the exfoliation, which then in turn gives her that more sensitivity to her skin. So she's almost creating this cycle for her skin. And this is something that we see often, is this cycle of being too aggressive, which causes your skin to react a certain way that makes you then have to do something else that's more aggressive, and it just makes it worse and worse. So this is something that she's kind of going through. It's nice that she's using a retinol. You guys know that I want you to use a retinol, and I'm finally excited to see somebody in this series finally use a retinol in the correct order and actually acknowledge that retinol is good for their skin, especially in a nighttime routine. But you have to look at the entire routine and how it's going. And in this sense, I don't think this is the right product for her. At least I wish she would have at least left her skin damp. One thing I will point out, you guys have heard me say that oil should probably go after your moisturizer. I don't know if she's about to go into her moisturizer, but we're not finished with her routine, so I'm gonna assume she's going in with the moisturizer. In this case, this is her actives, and you want your actives closer to your skin. I bet you could put this on top of your moisturizer and you would still get some benefit from it, because sometimes that's actually how you should be using retinols if you have sensitive skin. But in this case, I think it's totally fine that she went in with her oil first, because this is her active. She's using it more like a serum. And it's like the rules get broken a little bit. It's like you're kind of bending the rules a little bit, but it's kind of either or in this case. I'm assuming she's gonna use a moisturizer though, so let's watch.
We're gonna go to our moisturizer, and again, I'm sorry I show a little bit of favoritism, but I'm going to use the Sunday Riley Ice. It's a ceramide moisturizing cream. It's a really, really, really thick and rich cream, which for me, because I have dry skin, I like it to be thick and rich, because by the time I wake up, sometimes just from sleeping, my skin can feel and look dry. I like to tap this on also. And I love, love, love the way this smells. Oh, it smells so good. If there's anything extra on my hands, because I did go a little bit crazy, so I do have extra. I like to just put it on the back of my hands, because you can never have enough hand cream also. And you can show aging in your hands too. Okay,
so now I actually take things back. Hearing her talk about why she wants to use this product. This is a great product. It's a ceramide moisturizer. It's nice and rich and creamy. It repairs your skin barrier basically, or it strengthens your skin barrier, which this is exactly what I was talking about. We're going into this whole thing, right, where we saw her be aggressive in the beginning and then move into like replenishing or trying to replenish that. Now I actually think I wish she would have used a creamy retinol and then put this moisturizer on, just because she's not getting the full benefit of this moisturizer by applying it on top of that retinol oil, because it's an oil. The oil won't really let it completely do its work. It's still gonna help her. She's still getting some benefit from it. But if she's saying that she wakes up sometimes and her skin is completely dry and uncomfortable, then that means that this isn't working out for her. She needs to let that hydrating toner be hydrating by locking it in with this moisturizer, then putting on her retinol oil, or putting on a retinol cream that's a little bit thicker before this moisturizer. I wanna just point something else out though, you guys. She loved that scent. She enjoyed it. If she's not having a reaction to her fragrance, then let her enjoy her fragrance. Skincare is part of self-care. If it makes you enjoy your skincare routine, then I say keep it. Sometimes I just want to smell nice. I just want to enjoy my products. And I'm telling you, she wouldn't enjoy this product if it smelled like crap. She really wouldn't. And she enjoyed the shit out of that. So you know what? Enjoy that product if you want to.
So now that I have moisturized my face, I like to moisturize.
Another thing I want to point out, she says that she uses the excess on the back of her hands, and I do that too actually, but the place that I would say to go first before the tops of your hands is actually your neck. So I think your neck actually could benefit from that moisturizer. Her neck could benefit from that moisturizer too, because your neck shows your age as well. I'm dealing with this right now. But then also apply to the back of the hands. I like that tip.
My lips, and Kylie Jenner's little lip balm is the bomb. Mainly because it's very moisturizing, but I love it because it's also shiny. So you look kind of cute after you have it on. And last but not
lip balm, but it's funny. This is the first time in a very long time since we've seen Kylie's skin pop up in one of these.
Not least, I heard growing up that if you use products by La Mer, you are very rich, because this stuff is expensive. So I like to use this when I want to feel very rich. You know what? 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Now
hold on. That's better. I felt that. I really felt that, you guys. I'm just gonna let her continue, and then we'll discuss this after.
I feel really rich. So back to what I was telling you about La Mer. And I feel like you have to say it with an accent because it's just so fancy. So this is the body cream. They have a face cream that is also very thick and rich if you want to invest in one of those. So I like to do my neck and chest as my final step. And you know, I'm not sure the right way to do your neck, but people say rub up, some people say rub back. I do it all, but I like to get my chest. Make sure you get your chest and make sure that's really, really moisturized before bed. And again, if there's extra, back of the hands, baby, back of the hands. And that is going to bed with me.
She reminded me of something, you guys. There was a second there that I was kind of like, I think I'm overdoing these reactions. I feel like skincare doesn't feel as fun anymore. Now we're getting all these people that are saying that, like, you know, fragrance is bad, don't use essential oils, don't put this on your skin, this is bad, everything's bad, don't spend all this money on your skincare. But here's the thing, your skincare routine, the products that you buy, whether it's in skincare for your hair, for your makeup, whatever it is that you're buying to make yourself feel good, that matters. I don't necessarily want to feel rich, but damn it, I fucking want to feel fancy sometimes. I want to be fancy as and I need that right now. I need to feel better. And if that's what's gonna make you feel better, if that's gonna make you feel good about yourself, if you can afford a product that's $275, which by the way, I thought was gonna be a lot more expensive to be honest, do it. That product is not hurting her. It is a nice product. It's a nice, rich cream. It really does feel good on your skin and it works well. You don't have to spend that much to get really good skincare. And that's been the whole point about these videos is it's about educating you. It's about telling you what your options are and being smart about how you use your skincare products. I'm not trying to tell you guys not to buy products that you enjoy. Enjoy your products if you want to. Don't harm your skin. Don't be aggressive with it. You don't have to spend tons of money on products to enjoy them or to get really good products, but man, enjoy your products. Take care of yourself. I don't want you guys to forget that skincare is self-care. It really, really is. And that's such an important part of all of this. Have fun with this, you guys. Let's go back to skincare being fun because it really hasn't felt that fun to me lately. It really hasn't. We are starting to take ourselves so serious, and skincare isn't that serious. It really, really isn't. It's not that serious. Skincare is fun. I want you guys to be more educated and I want you to make really good decisions about your skin and take care of it, but I also want you to take care of yourselves in here. It really matters. Take care of yourselves in here. And yes, I have a damn crown on. This is my Miss New Mexico crown when I competed at Miss America, and I dusted this thing off because I have another video coming about my entire experience. But it felt good. It felt damn good to be fancy for a second. Thanks so much for watching this skincare reaction. Thank you, Draya Michele, for sharing your nighttime routine and for reminding me that skincare is meant to be fun. I really appreciate that. I do. I appreciated the earrings. I felt that. Felt that right here. Tell me in the comments below if you felt that too. How are you guys doing? I actually really want to know how you guys are doing. I'm doing okay. I'm like so-so. Things are a little bit weird for me these days, and I'm sure they are for you too. We're all cooped up in our homes. Find me in our private Facebook group. I'll leave a link below in the description box, and I'm on Instagram too. Come find me at Susan Yara. I'll talk to you soon.